beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Hello, my friends. All right, back with another brand review, and today we are talking about Below Brew Co. They are a craft beer brewery from Bath, or Bath, depending on how you say it. No judgment here. How do Americans say Bath? They say Bath. Oh, well, sorry. Don't judge my impression. So they're a craft beer brewery, and they specialize in very, very low alcoholic beers. So they have I've chosen them because they have a whole range of stuff. So from very traditional beers, they've got stouts, they've got pale greens, they've got pilsners, they've got really good stuff. But a whole range. But the main reason I've chosen them is because I really like the names of their beers. So they've got like little puns. So for example, some of my favorites are the Check This Stout. They've got a Forgot to Take My Pills. They've got a Brune DMC. What else do they have? I got some really good Tweet and Sour I also really liked. So yeah, I know me personally, if I find a really good name of a product or something with really good sort of packaging, I'm just all in. I'm definitely going to try something if I think it's got a really good name. In fact, I mean, before I was even into sort of craft beers and stuff, a friend of mine bought me a Star Wars beer because they knew I liked Star Wars, and instantly I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to try that, even though at the time I wasn't a craft beer person. So for me, that's the power of imagery, branding and sort of packaging and names. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Below Brew Co. So let's get into it, shall we? So yeah, I've looked on their Instagram, and it's the very standard sort of image of the beer, and then flavor profiles and a link on their bio straight to their website. And on their website, they offer two different type of mixed cases. So they've got one for the lighter beers, they've got a different mixed case for the darker beers, and then they have a taster pack, which is a sort of a more all-encompassing one, where I think they offer more I think 10. So they have 10 beers. They offer all 10 in the tasting pack. So it's a little bit more expensive, but you get one of each plus, I guess, 2 extras because they come in 12s. And that's their current sales sort of strategy. I looked on Meta Ads and I couldn't find anything, so I'm guessing they don't really do any publications there. And they are also big on the music, so that's something that I'll talk about later on in the video. So with this brand, I actually had a really cool idea, and obviously, all these strategies that I talk about in these videos, they sort of apply to most brands, depending on who they are, but with slightly modifying the details. But with this brand, something that I thought would be really cool is so a while ago I saw a video on something doing a blind taste test of something. I can't remember exactly what the product was, but basically the thing was that they did a blind taste test. So I thought that's what they could do in this case. So the whole thing sort of revolves around this. So capturing attention first by hold on, here's yes, beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So yeah, they could sort of wrap up all X amount of different beers the same, but leaving this little gap there just to taste, and then they could sort of go around offering people to taste and see if they can work out which kind of beer it is. So for example, is this the stout, is this the pale, is this the porter, is this the pilsner, and sort of do a running tally. They could do that with their back of house staff, or they could do this with the public, and they could use this style of video to sort of really start gathering awareness for their brand and start to get their name out there. And it's also even the kind of thing that you would see on viral websites like Joe or whatever, or Lad Bible, I know, stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that's what they could do to sort of start gaining attention. And then to go with that, for the middle of the funnels, to lead with the value part of things, I thought instead of a video, they could actually do a written article sort of talking about the different flavor profiles that exist within different beers, or the different notes, or the different characteristics, and maybe a little bit on sort of how the brewing process as well, or the ingredients that go in it, and how they sort of get these different flavors. But the main idea is that it comes with a sheet, essentially, or a list of flavor profiles, a list of different notes to look out for, things like that. And then, because this would go directly to the bottom of the funnel, so here we would actually bring all of these things together. So if at the top of the funnel we've gained the attention by doing the blind taste test, and then the middle of the funnel we've led with the value of the different tasting notes and the different flavors that exist within these things, I think it's only logical then that instead of offering a 12-pack just as its own, it's still a 12-pack, but each beer comes wrapped like this, and then it also comes with an accompanying score sheet. So the idea is that that the user gets to play this game that they've seen at the top of the funnel, which has sort of brought them into it. And as they taste each one, they sort of have to obviously work out which beer they think it is. And then at the end, they open it. And then on the score sheet, they'll tick, yes or no, if they got it right or not. And then to boost the engagement, they sort of just send in their score sheets once they finished it, and then that's something that Below Brew Co can use to sort of boost their engagement with their audience. They can use it on their stories. They can use it sort of on their, just on their socials in general. So I thought that would be a really cool idea from the top to the bottom to sort of engage with this whole element of blind taste testing, because I just think it's really fun, and I think it's something that can that just is something so easy to engage with. And also they need to be talking about sort of the how they get these things down to such low alcohol. So the first initial idea I had as well, before I thought of this blind taste test, was also sort of lead with all of the flavor, none of the hangover, because that's something they're also very proud of. But I thought this blind taste thing seems much more logical and a lot more fluid and a lot more fun and engaging, so it's more likely to drive more sales. So yeah, that's my idea for the funnel. And then for other ideas, I thought they could also look into doing sort of takeovers, because the brand, they obviously like their music. So do I, so do you. Everyone loves music. It's something that brings everyone together. So what they could do is work with their local vinyl record store and maybe look to do a takeover, because they already offer a Spotify playlist. So I thought, for them to sort of start building a physical community as well, they could offer to do a takeover, host an evening with their their low alcohol beers available that night, and then also running through their favorite tunes. And that would have been a really good way for sort of the heads of the brand to really start building an engagement with their communities. Maybe they could even do the blind taste testing as well on the evening as well. So yeah, I thought that would be a really cool, fun thing. And Below Brew Co, I really, really hope that you do actually do this, because I want to play. Might even have to do it for myself and set it up as an evening for my friends. So yeah, I thought that would be my little idea for today's brand investigation. So that's Below Brew Co, and yeah, happy Sober October if you're doing it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, see you later.